Welcome to another episode of the Billy Ho Show. In this episode, we're going to have a look at something really interesting. Around about the 1900s, they began inventing the combustion engine, as well as the steam engine, as well as things that electric, all to drive cars, all the way to about 1930. Things were happening, new inventions were being made, and if you think anything they have today is new, well, you just need to look back in history and find it's already been invented. But the thing that I really found interesting is where you start an engine with a cartridge, a shotgun cartridge. You shove it in, screw the thing up, hit it with a hammer, and the engine goes. But you also need a piece of blotting paper. You light that up and stick that in another hole, so the two combined can start an engine. So let's have a look at that. And with me is Tex, and welcome to our little show, Tex.
Thanks, Will.
We've seen a few field marshals in our travels, but the majority of the ones we've seen are green. And I guess that's an older version of when they decided to paint them orange.
Yeah. Don't know. I can't remember. Don't know the reasoning of the change in colour, but this is a Series 3A. So the last of the green ones were a Series 3, just a modification. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how long have you had this?
30-something years. It's been around here. Yeah. Yep.
You had some before that?
Yes. Yeah. My father had a green Series 3. But he traded that in at the Happers in Dunsandel, yeah, and he drove the green one up there and drove this orange one back, yeah.
So 40 years ago, they're still using this on the farm?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay. He must have thought it was a real reliable thing.
Yeah. I'm a bit reluctant to upgrade tractors, probably half the trouble. Okay. But they're good pulling tractors. They're heavy in the back end, and so they're good machines and really economical, single-cylinder diesel, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm told that this starts with a cartridge, although we haven't seen that yet. And have you got a cartridge?
Yeah, got one here. Yeah, she's a...
Okay. Well, there it is. Yeah, that's it. It's a bullet. It says here, folks, I don't know if you can see it at all, but it says Marshall diesel engine power to start cartridges, 65 millimetres long. But would you kill a bird with that?
No, that's just a powder load, like a blank shot,
okay.
Really.
Wow. And that's enough just to move something?
Yeah, just takes you set the piston in the right spot, and just the hit of the cartridge takes it over centre and gets it running, yeah.
So how far in the process is this along? So you have to do a bunch of other things?
Oh yeah, you've just got to prime the 2 shots of the injector just to prime a bit of fuel above the piston, and set the crank in the right spot, and then light an ignition paper, just like a spark plug for that first hit, and then you hit the cartridge and away she goes. Yeah.
Have you got a piece of ignition paper?
Yeah. It's just a little bit of blotting paper, really.
Oh, okay.
It's blotting paper, but it's supposed to be soaked in saltpeter just to give her a bit of burnability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's all it is. You put that on in the.
Yeah, you just light that. There's a special holder for that, and you light
flame,
that.
Or is it just...
No. She just as long as it's glowing red. Red, she'll go right. And actually, a cigarette's another good tool for those that are smokers, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so we've got a piece of paper and a bullet, and we're going to start that. That's amazing. You start a tractor with a piece of paper and a bullet. So let's go through the process.
Run through the process, yeah. Just a few tools required.
A hammer.
Yeah, so just prime the fuel by turning the crank a couple of revolutions. There's one shot of the injector. There's a second. Or she might get 3 this time. We just have to align the mark.
I just see there's a little arrow.
Yep.
What you're aligning it to.
There she is, and she's got start stamped on the wheel. Yeah, so the next thing is the decompression roller. We just put her on the first groove.
Okay.
And now we're all ready. Just some... I'll put the cartridge in, of course.
It's amazing how somebody's thought of all these things, how to make it go.
Oh yeah. Mind you, they evolve over a few years.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can get the cartridge in. It goes in the holder here.
Just explain this to us.
Yeah, this is the holds the firing pin. And you can see the hammer strikes the pin there, and just like on a shotgun, the wee firing pin comes out.
Oh, okay.
And ignites the cartridge. Yeah. So we can slide that in the breech, and just tighten on the cap.
So there's no way it's going to go off before you hit it?
That's where you hope that the previous fellow didn't have the firing pin too long. So we just add one of the main tools. Everything's just got to be nipped up tight, so there you know that that's right. So this is the This is the paper holder, which goes right into the above the piston.
So that's why you're rolling it up. So
Yep, so she's got to fit in there, yep. Yep. I'll probably have to disappear into a less windy spot, but oh no, we can get a bill, that's right.
There's not a great deal of wind today, that's good.
Good Canterbury day.
That'll smoulder rather than...
Yeah, she'll, yeah, usually by the time one match has run out, you know you're about right, so yeah, good red glow on there. Insert her in the head.
So that's right in front of the piston?
Yep, right in the cylinder head, same as place as a spark plug would be.
Oh, okay, yep.
And then just go like that, and then if everything's right, she should go. There you are. Maybe that third shot of fuel when we were turning the crank just gave her a bit of extra blue.
Oh, right. What's the gearbox arrangement?
Just 6 speed.
Oh, okay.
6 speed, yeah, low high box and three forwards of reverse, yeah.
So you got 3 gears in low and 3 gears in high.
That's right, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a big air cleaner.
Yep.
So we've got to get this out now.
Yeah, one trick with these old things was getting that shot cartridge out, but we'll see what happens. She won't go. I'll just try this. There she goes.
Look at that, it's a bit melted. It's got a, that's a hole in there. It's been fired, of course, and look at that.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have gone for that drive. Should have taken that out beforehand.
Okay,
But anyway, at least we got it.
Yeah. So that's what you would have done. Started it and then just taken it out.
Yep.
So with that pressure behind it, that's just putting it about...
Yeah, that was just flicked the decompression valve and she blew it out there.
Have a look at it, folks. There it is. Well, thanks very much, Tex.
No trouble.
You've filled in a gap.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen one of those start with a cartridge, and I guess a lot of people out there haven't seen one started with a cartridge either. So you've fulfilled my bucket list. I've seen a field marshal start with a cartridge now, and if you've got something else that starts on a cartridge, here's the details. Give me a call. Love to hear from you. Imagine working on this all day.
Yeah, the vibration there, you wear your teeth out, I think. Yeah.
What I've got here is a copy of Talking Trucks. This is a book I wrote a couple of years ago, and it's the history of New Zealand trucking. And it's all from the programs that I did between 2013 and 2016. I'm going to let this go for $25. So it's a special. Father's Day is coming up, Christmas is coming up. So if you'd like your copy, there's my phone number, 027 277 0717. Just send me a text. Or email me, billhoheper@extra.co.nz to get your copy. $25 and the history of New Zealand trucks. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Next up is fishing, and we join my mate Tony Wong Cam as he battles a kingfish at the top of the Coromandel. If you'd like to send us your video of fishing, just give me a call, 027 277 0717, send me a text, or email me, billhoheper@extra.co.nz, and we can talk about how you can get your footage to me so we can play it on the old tally. So let's watch Tony.
It's a nice one. You guys good?
Is this recording or slow-mo?
I don't know. Oh, that's a monster.
Dude, I'm actually about to sing. How's the king? Your dad just... Hey, you can... I got the GoPro.
On the video, the colour. Is the colour? Not the gaffer.
Oh, F off boat.
It was a massive power too.
Yeah, pull that.
Hold this.
Cameron, help me move this one. No, it's all good, it's all good. Yep. Oh, wait. Yep.
It's a nice one. Trying to gaff it?
Oof.
Yeah. Trying to
Oof.
Oh, that's a big thing, man.
Oof.
That's a biggie.
Oof. Should I put the camera in the... No.
Are you sure, Cam? You got to get it in the head, eh, mate?
Yeah, okay.
Dad, do you want me to get the rod and...
I'll get it.
Oh, that's a big king. Oh no, the GoPro got wet.
Well hooked it looks. I can gaff it or?
No, wait. You fucking hit the line too. Wait, there, now. Right under the boat.
Woohoo! Let's go, bitch!
That's a nice kingy. Holy hell, that's a nice kingy. Let's go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
In this next section, we're going to have a look at a Studebaker truck. They never came to New Zealand, they only went to Russia on the Lend-Lease program, and Australia got a few, but none came here. But a few guys have imported these Studebaker trucks, and so there's one in Kumeu, so let's go and have a look at our mate's truck, the old Studebaker. Well, welcome to this little section, and what we're going to do is look at some army trucks from the World War II. Behind us here, and with me is Alan. Alan, welcome to our little show, and this all has been inherited by Alan, and he tells me he's the monitor, the looker after, the caretaker.
Yep.
Yeah. And so this is where they live, in this shed most of the time.
Yes.
Have you had them out to some of the rallies that they have with the military vehicles?
A little bit, yeah. Generally, they do a lot of sitting, and yeah, we get them out now and then, just blast around the block and take them for a run. But
You've got to
yeah.
keep them running, or they'll just...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, keep the batteries up. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a Jeep, and the other thing interesting about Jeep in our travels, that we've found that Mahindra, which is an Indian company, made Jeeps on behalf of Jeep. And so you see two Jeeps lined up side by side, and the only difference between them is one's got a Mahindra logo and the other one's got a Jeep logo.
Yes.
And it's the only thing that you would know that was different.
Right.
And Jeeps are just fascinating. Whoever made this has really, really thought about all the things that could possibly happen to you, like break down at night.
Yes.
And so what you do when you break down at night is you lift up the bonnet, and
That's right.
the headlight here sort of turns inside out, so you can,
Yep.
it lights up what's going on in here. You can
That's right.
sort of fix it.
Yep.
Things like that, little half lights. Apparently you can take the whole thing apart in about 15 minutes and reassemble it
That's
on the
right.
other side of the river.
Yeah.
That's a very well thought out
Yeah.
little machine for what it did at the time.
You can actually take the tyres off and lift them onto the railway line, and they'll go on the railway lines.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But I think that's perhaps overseas because of the different gauge.
Oh, right. So you run them on the rims.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything comes off, windscreen comes off, everything, just slide, bang,
Yep.
gone. Yeah, amazing. And a command car here, they were called. They were what the biggies sort of
Yep.
drove round in, the colonels and the majors and the captains, and
Personnel carrier, apparently.
yeah,
Yeah.
command car they
Okay.
generally called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the plebs drove round in this and the bosses drove round
Yeah. Yep.
in this. Let's have a look at this command car, folks. It's a 6x6, and I said it was a command car, but looking at the other vehicles we saw, the command car is smaller. It's only 4x4.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is 6x6, and I'm just looking down at the levers, There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's brake and clutch, accelerator. There's a handle, and then there's the gear lever, and then there's 3 other levers over the far side. And maybe you could just tell me what they are.
Yeah, the one closest to us is your winch for pulling in the winch or retracting the winch cable.
So it's just that way or that way?
Yes, that's
Yep.
right. The next one's your gear shift, just a 4-speed plus reverse. The next one over is your handbrake. And then the next 2 over are your high and low ratio and to put the front diff into lock-up mode to drive the front wheels.
Oh, okay. So you've got 2 wheels driving at, 4 driving at the back, and the front ones are loose.
Yeah, I think my understanding is correct, or it's just the 2 at the very rear, and then that lever perhaps then operates the other 4, the ones at the front and the ones in the middle.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And all the little highlight lights, that light up the lights are sort of
Yep.
outside it. Aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. And very basic. Well, this looks very modern. It's plasticized. It's got a horn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder
Yeah.
why you need a horn in the army.
Yeah. This particular vehicle was totally restored in 1983 by my father and his brother.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What's the engine in it?
It's a Flathead 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ford, Chev?
I don't know. I just know the vehicle's a Dodge, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100%
right,
sure.
Right. Oh, well, let's go with Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another company. It's Ford, Chev, Dodge. Who else made Studebaker?
Hercules.
Hercules engines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. On the back of the truck here, as in on the Jeep, they've got an axe and a shovel and a pick handle and a pick blade with a pick and a mattock at this end. But the way they've thought about how all that fits onto the truck. So it's you arrive somewhere and something happens, you need to chop your way out of something or dig a hole. It's all there ready to go. You just grab it and stick it back. And I think at times of war, the mind starts to think, and people think of all the things that you need when you're out there by yourself, and you've got to have all these things to back yourself up with. You probably put about 12 guys in here, I'd say, 6 each side. Yeah, plenty of room. Yeah. Oh well, behind us, folks, there's a Studebaker, and as you probably know, I've got a Studebaker, but this is nothing like the one I've got. So let's have a look at that. Alan, the old Studebaker, they didn't come to New Zealand. The GMCs and the Internationals came to New Zealand, and they used those for logging trucks because of their 6x6 and 4x4 capability. They were a 2.5 tonne truck, the GMCs, to carry 2.5 tonne anywhere. 2.5 tonne, a truckload of guys, and go anywhere. Like that command truck over there, it's got all the axes and everything else that you need to go with it. But Studebaker must have thought, everybody else has got a contract except us. So the GMC's got the Army, the International's got the Navy.
Yes.
What have we got? Nothing. So what they decided to do, apparently, was make this particular truck, and I think it was on the borrow hire scheme, something like that, where they gave or sold them or gave them to Russia.
Yes.
So if you look at some old footage, the Russian rocket launcher trucks are these things.
Okay.
They're all launched off the back of this. You see soldiers all stacked on the back of these, all driving to the war.
Yes.
But so that's how Studebaker got into the war, and they went to Australia. There's lots of photographs of Studebakers in Australia, but none came here. I've seen 1, 2, 3. I've seen about 5 other Studebakers in the country, but
Yes.
they've obviously been bought in. But
Yes.
the thing about the Studebaker is the style. You sort of look at the GMCs and others; they're all square and bulletproof, blah blah blah. But these have got the slope windscreen, and they've got some style about them. So we'll just have a look in the cab. It's a left-hand drive like they all were, and this has got a handbrake, 2 other levers, and a gear stick and clutch and brake. But you were telling me before, this is quite a unique way to start this. Jump in. So we've got a clutch, brake, clutch. So to start the thing, you've got to
You're pushing the clutch to there and then push it a little bit harder, then it'll crank over.
wow.
Yeah.
So we've got a little. That's a little vent to let some
I think
air
it's
in.
an air vent, yeah,
Yeah.
at the front.
That's right.
Somehow. Yeah, like that. Somehow. Yep.
Then there's the gear stick, 4 gears,
Yep. 4 gears.
and then there's 2 other levers. What do you know what they're for?
There's actually 5 gears. It's a 5-speed.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's 5.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we have a handbrake here.
Yep.
And these are high and low ratio, and also would lock in the front.
Front diff. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, gearbox, club box, sorry.
Very, very flash, I have to say. Yeah.
And the windscreen will actually pop out. You can
And
push
open it up.
on
Let,
there,
yeah.
you know, on the hinge there, as a complete unit.
Amazing. Oh well, there you go. An old Studebaker, folks. Don't leave home without one. If you're wondering what these are for, folks, I'll just pinch it. So when it's sitting down like that, that's you put your boot in there and off you went to war. Well thought out. Plus it's also a bit of a handle when you put the thing back together again. Simplicity itself, just to lock it in, and there you go. What I've got here is a copy of Talking Trucks. This is a book I wrote a couple of years ago, and it's the history of New Zealand trucking. And it's all from the programs that I did between 2013 and 2016. I'm going to let this go for $25. So it's a special. Father's Day is coming up, Christmas is coming up. So if you'd like your copy, there's my phone number, 027 277 0717. Just send me a text or email me, billhoheper@extra.co.nz to get your copy. $25 and the history of New Zealand trucks. The second Wheels at Wanaka event is on this coming Easter in 2021, and that's on Saturday and Sunday the 3rd and 4th of April. They're planning a bigger and brighter event with more vehicles and machines working as well as on display. Cars, trucks, tractors, traction engines, scrapers, dozers, graders, the lot. If it's got wheels, it'll be represented at this amazing event. They're having an earth moving only day on Good Friday the 2nd of April, and there's a $10 entry for this. So go to the webpage www.wheelsatwanaka.co.nz for more information. We'll be there filming the event, so we look forward to seeing you there. Now we're going to go back in history to when we were kids. And when I was a kid, we played marbles, and there were a whole bunch of different names you called marbles, like alleys, and it changed somewhere in the 60s to something else. I think it was dubs or something. But anyway, you played holesies, which were 3 holes, and you had to do the there and back again before you could take your opponent out. Follows, where you just follow along, and if you hit him, you owe him a marble, and things like that. But what we're going to look at is ringsies. And what ringsies is, you drew a ring, or in the sand or the dirt or a bit of chalk on the ground. You each put in equal amount of marbles, and then you started to flick them out. If you got them out of the ring, they were yours. And if your lead marble, the one you're using, stayed in the ring, well, you lost it. Now next up is our mate, the Goose Rooter from Geraldine.
Goose Rooter here from Geraldine. So have you ever wondered what happens to that washing machine that's finally crapped out? Or the old Holden that the old man's too embarrassed to be driving around in? Or have you ever just wondered what happens to a Kenworth when they don't pass muster and they get scrapped straight from the factory line? Well, we'll grab a hard hat and a high vis, and we'll come for a bit of a wander around, and we'll see where scrap metal starts and finishes its life. Just offcuts out of profile cutting machines. So she all comes in here by the truckload, like old Oxy plant there with the LPG. So that's what they get, you know, the railway line there, they'll get it and cut up into manageable lengths. And yeah, then she'll go for a bit further processing. So in this pile just coming up, you see everything in that railway line all the way to railway wagons. There's an old truck over there. Oh, man, that's too good to be scrapped. A bit late now. This stuff here is all Rio rod, reinforcing iron. So this has been pulled out of buildings and that sort of thing. So it's had all the concrete broken away from it, so that's the iron that's left. Yeah, so once it's been through the shredder, yeah, she's cut up into manageable bits. You know, size of your hand sort of thing. Packs easier for the boat, so you go through it and it's like, oh, I know that, but that's a piece off of Kenworth. Oh, there's another bit. He gave us a pink hard hat, as long as he took a photo of me wearing it in front of the Mac. So yeah, I think it suits me, but to be honest, I think the cool hard hat is a lot better. A couple of the other drivers just said to me, "Then you're going to get us in trouble using Jake brakes like that." And I said to them, I said, well, two things. I said, first thing is, they're a safety feature, standard safety feature in a truck. And I said, second of all, you're just jealous because you're a European heaps who haven't got a decent Jake brake in them. Yeah, they're a bit grumpy when I said that. When we started yesterday, the steel was way the hell over there. So now it's up here, so we've shifted 5,000 tonne in 2 days between my truck and about 4 or 5 others. So it's sort of been a bit flat out, but health and safety and everything, I had to wear the hard hat and high vis and that sort of thing. So I was given a very stylish pink hard hat, but I actually prefer the good old cool hard hat. So yeah, stay tuned in. Better go do something. Go and unload that, I suppose. It's just like the big claw machine you see at the malls with the, I put $2 in and the kids have got no chance of winning a soft toy. This is just a bigger version that makes money.
Well, that's our show. Tomorrow night, another episode of The Billy Ho Show, and we look forward to seeing you then.